Turning our attention to stories here at home, a murder investigation at a Toronto nursing home is underway today. The victim was an 87-year-old resident who was found dead in his room. Arthi Pole is following the story and joins us now with more. So, Arthi, at first glance, this is such a troubling story. What are the details?
Definitely a disturbing incident that took place yesterday morning in Toronto, here at the Castleview Witchwood nursing home in Toronto. And when police arrived, they say they found an 87-year-old man who appeared to be dead on scene, and they took his 81-year-old roommate into custody, and he's now been charged with second-degree murder. Not a lot is known about the circumstances surrounding this particular death, and they're not sure whether or not a weapon was used. But of course, questions are being raised about whether or not mental illness may have played a role. Now, the man who was taken into custody with those second-degree murder charges, he'll be in a Toronto court today.
Now, we know that there have been other nursing home deaths linked to mental illness. Just give us a sense of the history here.
Absolutely. It was earlier this year in Toronto that at this residence here, this Toronto nursing home, there was the death of a 72-year-old resident. And there were some concerns that were raised whether or not it was linked to mental health illnesses, as the man, who was also another resident, was believed to often act out. That's what care staff did say at the time of that death. In addition to this, in Toronto, moving to Nova Scotia, earlier this month there was an incident where a 91-year-old woman at this care facility was also killed, and she believed to have been gotten into an altercation with someone who did have dementia. And this care home specializes in dementia patients or dementia clients who stay at this care facility. And then in 2011 in Winnipeg, there was an 87-year-old man who got into an altercation, and he died here, and the man who he got into an altercation with suffered from Alzheimer's disease. Now, all of these incidents are prompting the Alzheimer's Society of Canada to call on the Canadian government to maybe develop a national strategy to care for seniors who suffer from dementia. And they note that those who do suffer from dementia and other mental illnesses that can result in memory loss may become suspicious, irritable, or anxious, and could lead to outbursts of aggression.
Good to know. Arthi, thanks very much for this.
Thank you.